And of course, arguably nobody had a better WrestleMania weekend than Cody Rhodes. Finally making his debut, his return at WrestleMania under the brightest lights on the biggest stage as the American Nightmare, as Seth frickin' Rollins' mystery opponent. It was a fantastic, historic return for Cody Rhodes. And of course, after WrestleMania, everybody wanted a piece of Cody. Cody was making all the media rounds. And it was in this clip with Ariel Helwani, who always gets the best interviews, talking with Cody not only about his exit from AEW, but what it took for him to actually sign on the dotted line with WWE. Was there any special perks, anything in particular that he had that he needed before he signed that dotted line? Check out this clip.
Around, right? Did you need to hear something? Were there any guarantees that needed to happen for you to say, okay, I'm going to come over here and be treated the right way, the way you want to be treated?
There wasn't any true guarantees. There was a request.
What was that?
I said I never want to ever see Stardust ever again, and I never want to hear it and talk about. I never want to see it. And it was a handshake, and that was all I needed. And the first thing I did in the match last night was a random Stardust reference. And I thought, what are you doing? You're going back on your own strange requests. But other than that, it's complex to get this all together, and maybe one of wrestling's biggest contracts, which I'm so flattered about. My gosh, and happy. I have a child, so yeah. But it was more a matter of I don't not trust people, right? It's not I don't trust in this person's word or this person's words. But at this point in my career, I do trust myself. That was presented to me on a silver platter last night. I mean, nothing changed. Nothing. Kingdom played. Wrestling has more than one royal family. And this is a world where wrestling, the term isn't said that often. So to hear that was a big give from them. And to be me, it went kind of how the dream was.
Adrenaline in my soul, something, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes jumping ship from AEW as an EVP over to the WWE is a huge fucking deal for the WWE. They got a mega star in Cody Rhodes if they play their cards right. This was the same act that got Cody Rhodes booed in AEW. Because they don't like that WWE style, right? In hindsight, looking back, Cody Rhodes had a very WWE-esque presentation in AEW. He was a sports entertainer. And this is why the fans turned on him. They didn't like that big wrestling has more than one royal family and the build up and the preamble to his music and he's coming up from the ground. All that was cool at first, but then it just kind of became a little over the top and it almost became heelish and it almost became a WWE-esque presentation. Now looking at Cody in WWE, he fits like a glove. He feels like he always belonged there. He is the star that they need. And make no mistake, Cody Rhodes going to WWE is star power for WWE. They rolled out the red carpet for this man. They bought him a bus. They let him keep his entire gimmick, his music, all of that. We're spoiled. We don't normally get to see that kind of shit happen. You know, very few guys ever get to keep their same character, essentially, their name, their music. You know, CM Punk gets to keep his music. Jeff Hardy apparently, they were able to obtain the rights to his music. But overall, this is something that we don't get to see very often in professional wrestling. The AEW presentation of Cody Rhodes in WWE. I think they're going to use him great. I think we all predicted that Cody was going to get jobbed out and going to get turned into Stardust again and going to get bumped back down to the mid-card. I don't think they will. I think they've built a huge investment in Cody Rhodes. I think him saying that Nick Khan was there as part of the deal, right? He had Vince and Bruce and Nick Khan all went to go see Cody in Georgia to meet with him, to see, to talk about coming to the WWE. And with Nick Khan being there, and Cody had specifically mentioned his name a couple times. So it sounds like Nick was one of the bigger people in the deal, in making this deal happen, right? And this deal included getting him a bus. It included a obscene amount of money, according to Cody Rhodes. So this is the kind of move that Nick Khan is making. We've seen the kind of moves that Nick Khan was making before. This man is a genius, ruthless businessman. He's seeing Cody Rhodes as this AEW top star, a top get for AEW. And I'm going to tell you why he's rolling out the red carpet for Cody. Not just because Cody's going to do huge business for WWE. Look at the man, the way he cuts a promo, the way he dresses, the way his entrance is presented. This man is a superstar. He's a completely different person than he was when he was in WWE the first time. He has left WWE. He went away to reinvent himself, to better himself, and to come back and shove it in WWE's face. And I think that was Cody's plan all along. I don't truly believe that he didn't intend to go back to WWE someday. I think his intention was to go prove his worth to WWE, then come back and reclaim it. I think he was hurt by his first run in WWE. He was hurt by not being a priority by WWE, and he wanted to go shove it in their face, and he did. And he absolutely did. And with Nick Khan being such a big part of this deal, not only just bringing Cody back as the American Nightmare, but the idea here, I think, is to not just for his star power in WWE, not just to freshen up the roster, but this is a key investment for WWE in the future of AEW talent going to WWE. It's no secret, it's been said that they have their eye on certain AEW talent. Wardlow's been mentioned. Sammy Guevara has been mentioned. And of course, MJF's name has been thrown out there. So WWE absolutely has their eye on AEW talent, and they're going to try to poach them if they get the chance to. And they certainly will. I think Jade Cargill is going to be another one. She just oozes fucking superstar, right? WWE could make a mega star out of her. And this is no knock to AEW, because I am a huge AEW fan. I like them more than I like watching WWE. I've said that before. But they are the smaller company. And AEW is not yet on the level that WWE is, as far as being able to create mega stars, household names, right? AEW's a great... They're at the top of they're at the top of the scene in professional wrestling, right? They're right up there as the big leagues with WWE, but they're not mainstream household names yet like the WWE has and has the power to do. In WWE, and specifically I think Nick Khan in this situation is they're very aware that the investment that they're making isn't just in Cody Rhodes, but it's in showing other AEW talent that if you come over to WWE, we will make you a megastar, right? We're going to give you the top 5-star treatment. We're going to let you be who you are, which is laughable because MJF would never be MJF in the WWE. He might get to keep his name. I don't know if he owns his music or not, but he's not going to be able to talk like he talks in in AEW, right? So I think that's the overall goal. I mean, Cody's a huge draw to WWE. There's a lot of worth in him just as a star. And if nothing else was involved with this, signing Cody Rhodes and pushing him to the top of your card is a fantastic investment. But they know what they're doing. And with Nick Khan being at the forefront of this deal, how many other contract negotiations have you heard Nick Khan being at the forefront of, right? How many recent signings have you heard of at the WWE where Nick Khan have physically flown to meet with this person? They're investing in Cody Rhodes as a star. They are investing in Cody Rhodes as a way to lure or show AEW talent that the grass can be greener on the other side. And I think it will be for Cody. I don't personally think that he's going to start to get jobbed out or pushed down to the mid card of the roster unless he himself just can't live up to that level. But I think from everything that we've seen so far in the presentation that WWE is giving Cody and the way that Cody's been able to use it and take it and deliver, I think Cody's going to continue to be a huge star in professional wrestling. I think he's going to be a megastar for WWE, and I think that is going to be used as a bright, shiny beacon to AEW stars that are feeling a little froggy and think that they can be a bigger star and make more money if they hop on over to the other side. I highly urge you to go check out the full interview with Ariel Helwani. You can find it on his YouTube channel, and if you're listening to the clips, I have linked it below for you. Let me tell you something, brother. You can check out full episodes each and every Sunday right here on this channel, dude. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to take your vitamins and say your prayers, brother.